everybody. My name is Amanda. This is Yogalates. So today we'll be using a Pilates ring. Some may know it as a magic circle, just something of the sort. If you don't have one of these, no worries whatsoever. You can use a small ball, you can use a block, maybe a sturdy pillow. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our warm-up from a standing position. Nice high knees, strong point through your toes. Really use your lower abs to get your knees nice and high. And of course, always have a water nearby. If you're using any kind of equipment to track your workouts, make sure you start that. A few more just like this. Let's do one more on each side. And then from a standing position, alternate opposite hand toe, getting your arms up nice and high. Maybe you tap your toes, maybe you just come super close, trying to keep your legs nice and straight. Let's do one more on each side. And then from a standing position, a hip opener over to a side lunge. Your chin and chest stays lifted, really getting that knee up and over to the side. Nice big step out on each side. Give me one more. And then coming low to a low wide squat, feet are wide, your hips toe trap, sink your hips down low, reach your arms out by your side, reach down, tapping the opposite inside ankle, chin and chest stays upright as you come back to standing position, staying low with your hips, and then staying low in your squat, arms forward in a windmill motion, chest is lifted, shoulders are stacked directly over your hips, nice straight arms. Go ahead and reverse your direction. Be sure to take big inhales, big exhales, and then place your hands on your hips and gently hinge forward at your waist. Give yourself a nice big hug and then squeeze your shoulder blades as you lift your fingertips, your arms, everything up towards the ceiling. Give me one more wherever you're at. Come on down to a runner's lunge, left leg forward, pressing into that left knee, opening up your right hip. And then go ahead and draw your hips back as you straighten that front left leg. Maybe point and flex or circle out your left ankle. And then quickly switching sides. Big step forward with your right foot, pressing into your right knee to allow your left hip to open up. Go ahead and draw your hips back, point, flex your right toes. Maybe circle out your ankles. Come on up to standing. Shake out anything else that you may need. Maybe roll your shoulders back. Maybe roll your shoulders forward. Make sure you have plenty of water nearby. Let's turn that down. All right, go ahead and grab your ring. You will use this the entire class. It's going to be your best friend. So your ring, maybe your block, your pillow, your ball, whatever you have, we're going to hold on to it to the entire class. Go ahead and come to a wide second position. Feet are wide in your hips, toes turned out. Sink your hips down low. From here, we're going to go ahead and draw the arms out forward, squeezing into that ring. We're going to come to a stand as we raise our arms overhead and then come back down to a squat. Knees are tracking out over your toes. Keep your shoulders relaxed down from your ears. Your core is engaged. The ring is forward, straight arms. Palms are facing in, squeezing that ring. As you squat down low, sinking your hips down nice and low, the ring comes forward. As you come up to a standing position, the ring comes up overhead. Keeping it going. Still going, still warming up the lower body, warming up your upper body. Give me a few more just like this. Go ahead and stay low in that squat. We're going to go ahead and draw the arms up overhead. Soften in the elbows, so making a halo with your hands or with that ring right above your head. We're going to draw the right elbow down towards the right knee and then back up to the beginning. Moving with control, just the right side. Right elbow towards the right knee, elbows stay wide, hinging at your waist, deep oblique crunch. Right elbow to right knee, elbows stay wide, shoulders are relaxed. Keep it going. Avoid scrunching up your forehead. Just remember, you're just working out this morning. Keeping it moving, right elbow towards right knee, coming back upright. Still going, still moving. Give me a few more on this side, and then we're gonna add some movement into the legs, into the arms. One more. All right, stay low in that squat. Come up to standing. We're gonna wrap that halo around, pull it down, wrap it around. So imagining that halo is wrapping around like as if you're drawing an actual halo around your head. So keeping that soft bend in your elbows, alternating directions, low squat, arms come forward, straighten the knees as you come to standing, still with your feet wider than your hips, and wrapping that halo around your head. Keep your core nice and engaged so we're not moving our hips. No genies. Keep it going. As you wrap that halo around, core is engaged. Think about squeezing your thighs together. Still going, still moving. Alternating directions, controlling the movement. Give me one more in each direction. And then we're gonna come down, find that low squat. And we're gonna hold that ring overhead. Sink your hips even lower. Elbows are wide. Left elbow down towards left knee. Keeping everything nice and symmetrical. Core remains engaged. Keeping it going, moving with control. Still going, still moving. Strong exhales, strong inhales. Left elbow towards left knee. Coming back to upright. Keeping it going. Core is engaged. All right, give me one more to the left side, wherever you're at. All right, come on up to standing. Maybe shake it out. We're gonna add some reverse lunges. Arms are forward, so we're gonna add a reverse lunge with that ring down by the side. So as if you are maybe rowing. Core is nice and engaged. Slow and controlled. Maybe your back knee taps the floor ever so gently. Please don't ever slam your knee into the ground. You only have one set of knees. Keeping it nice and healthy, nice and strong. Chest remains lifted. Alternating reverse lunge. Add in the arm rows. So your arms remain separate, still squeezing that ring. Keep it going. Moving here. Give me one more on each side. All right, once you get there, go ahead and come to standing. Go ahead and draw your feet wider than your hips. From here, the ring is out in front. We're gonna come to a lateral lunge just into that right side. So from here, we're gonna draw our right knee bent, bring the ring down, maybe your hands tap, maybe they don't. Go ahead and come to a squat, pull the ring in. From here, we're gonna press the ring forward as we come into a curtsy. So just the right leg moves. So coming out wide, maybe you tap the floor, deepen that right knee, come to a squat, pull the ring in towards your body, extend the ring forward into that curtsy. Keeping it going here. Slow and controlled. The slower you go, the better. All right, let's do one more round of these on just the right side. So lateral lunge, maybe you tap the floor, maybe just come close, squat, bring the ring in towards your body, elbows stay narrow, extend the arms forward as you draw your right leg back. Come back to center, maybe shake out your hips. Now we have the left side. So exact same thing, but just working the left side. Feet are wider than your hips. Go ahead and come down to that lateral lunge. Maybe you tap down, squat, ring comes in towards your body. and then press the ring out as you come into that curtsy. So just working into the left side, slow and controlled, moving with your breath. Deep curtsy. Maybe your left knee taps the floor. Maybe your fingertips tap the floor in your side lunge. Wherever you're at, give me one more. All right, once you get there, go ahead and maybe grab a sip of water now. Maybe shake it out. We're going to come to a standing position. Now we're going to work that outer hip. So go ahead and place that ring, maybe your block, pillow, just on your outer right hip. Ground through your left leg. Your right palm is pressing in. So think about squeezing that ring. From here, you can type the left hand to your hip, maybe out to the side, behind your head, whatever works for you. We're going to raise that right leg directly out to the side. We squeeze that ring in and then release. So just the right leg is moving, simultaneously squeezing in the right palm towards your body so your chest is lifted. Maybe having a micro bend in your standing left knee. Your right leg is directly out from your right hip and you're squeezing your palm in towards your body. Keeping it going. Chest stays lifted. Nice outer hip work here. Squeeze the ring in. Palm is facing inward as you press your right leg out from the hip. Keep it going. Core is nice and engaged. Avoid holding your breath. Make sure you're breathing so you don't get any unnecessary abdominal cramps. Grounding through the base of your standing left leg. Just the right leg out to the right. Right palm in towards the hip. Keep it going. Give me one more on this side. Squeeze and press and then release. Go ahead and shake it out. Draw that ring out to the left hip. Left palm is facing in. So you want that ring to be horizontal. You don't want it up here or down low. Just a nice horizontal place, so directly out from your left hip. Right hand can be placed wherever you like, grounding through your right leg. From here, go ahead and extend that left leg out to the left as you press the ring in towards your body. If you need to readjust the ring, please feel free to do so at any time. Straight left arm, straight left leg. Maybe flex the toes. Keep it going. Side extension. Core is engaged. Squeezing your palm in towards your hip simultaneously. Feeling that slight pinch. It's a good pinch in your outer left hip. Maybe down towards your glutes. Keep it going. Still going. All right, let's do a few more on this side, keeping everything nice and symmetrical. Give me one more. All right, go ahead and release it down, slow and controlled. From here, still with that ring, I told you it's going to be your best friend this morning. Nice and acquainted. From here, go ahead and place that ring vertical. So it's going to make a perfect circle, but it's going to be facing you. So the circle is facing you. Press your palm into the top. From here, you can have your right arm up or towards your hip or both hands down. We're going to stand in tall from our left leg. Our right leg is going to lift up and then back. So you're doing a warrior 3 movement. Your toes are facing down, they're flexed. Your hips are in line with one another. So imagine that your hips are headlights facing down towards the floor, towards your mat. So you don't want to open up your hip because your headlights are going to go over to the right. You don't want to let your right hip sink down. Your hips will go towards left. You want to face them directly towards your ring. Nice straight right leg. Toes are flexed. You can also have a soft bend in your standing left knee. Avoid pressing into that ring. So this allows you to keep the weight in your core, in your lower body. So if you press into that, you're using all your weight into the ring. You want to keep the ring nice and soft. Right toes flexed. Right leg raised. Right leg lower. Squeezing the base of your glute as you raise that leg nice and high. Keeping it going. A few more on this side. All right, go ahead and hold that leg lifted. We're going to draw the knee into the outer left shin and then kick it back for Shiva squat. Come down in and then back out. Still your palms are pressing into the ring. So think of the ring. If you're squeezing that ring, try to release your weight off of it. Keep just a tiny little grip. Maybe just the tips of your fingers are tapping, so you're squeezing down and then pressing down. I'm a little bit limited on space here, so just showing you from this direction how the ring is not changing shape. It stays in that circle, coming into that Shiva squat. Right knee comes to the outer left shin and then kicks back. Working that outer left hip. Slow it down as much as you need to. Give me one more. All right, go ahead and set that right leg down. Maybe pedal your heels here. All right, now of course, keeping everything touchable, we have the other side. Ground through your standing right leg, maybe a soft bend, and your right leg, just your fingertips tapping onto that ring. We're gonna straighten that left leg, flex the toes, leg raise, and leg lowers. Hinging over that ring, keeping it going. Your core is engaged. Of course, if you're using an object that does not require you to hold it, like a block or a pillow, feel free to challenge your balance. Maybe bring your hands to heart center. Maybe draw your hands back, pinkies in, palms down. You can airplane your arms out to a T. But if you're using that ring, just make sure you hold it in place. Tiny fingertips tapping on the ring. Avoid scrunching that ring down. Keeping your left hip parallel to your right. Avoid lifting that left hip up to the left. Avoid letting that left hip down. Keep it going. Left toes flexed, soft bend in your standing right leg. Go ahead and hold that left leg lifted. You can point the toes now. We're going to draw that left knee into the outer right shin and then kick it back. Slow and controlled. Maybe you find that one side is easier or more challenging than the other. That is completely fine. That is absolutely normal. Noticing your body. What side is different than the other? Left knee pulls in towards the outer right shin, right calf, and then kicks back. Trying to keep that left leg hovering. A deeper bend in that right knee as you draw the left knee in. Still just your fingertips tap the ring. Give me one more. All right, go ahead and shake it out. Maybe pedal your heels once more. All right. Go ahead and now we're going to come down onto the floor. Everyone's favorite part. Doesn't mean it's going to be any easier from here, but we're actually going to come to a tabletop. We're going to place that ring between your thighs. So you're going to have to really squeeze that ring. We've done a good job trying to keep the ring nice and wide. Now we want to squeeze it between our thighs. So you want to make more of an oval shape with the ring from here. Let me fix this way for you all. Feel free to readjust that ring as much as you need to. From here, your fingertips are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. Go ahead and tuck your toes. From here, we're going to lift the hips up into a bear, squeeze, release, knees tap, knees raise, squeeze, release, tap, and raise. Keep it going. Maybe readjusting your ring if you need to. Just the ring between the thighs. Your gaze is down between your thumb and index finger. Your wrists are directly under your shoulders. All right, hold the knees lifted. So this takes a little bit of core work, a little bit more core work. We're going to twist to the right, maybe your left knee taps, come back to center. Twist to left, maybe your right knee taps, come back to center. So you're holding that squeeze. That ring is anything but a circle. Working deep into those obliques, adding in that hip swivel. Give me one more. All right, wherever you're at, go ahead and release that ring down. We are still going to use it between our thighs, but just so we can flip on over to our back side, go ahead and come onto your back. Still with that ring, place the ring between your thighs. From here, we have suitcase crunches. So extend your arms and legs long, opposite directions, still with that ring between your thighs, crunching up, elbows to knees to elbows, extend long. So with that ring between your thighs, it's not allowing you to lower your legs very far. That's okay. We're keeping the core nice and restricted. We're keeping the work in the core, arms and legs extend, elbows and knees crunch in towards one another. Maybe point your toes. Keep it going. Reach and then pull it in. Keep it going. All right, give me one more. All right, go ahead and plant your feet down, still with the ring between your thighs. Draw your heels in close towards your glutes, so your feet are about hip width, maybe slightly more due to that ring. Feet are grounded. We're going to lift the hips up, squeeze, release, and lower. Lift, squeeze, release, and lower. So your palms are just relaxing by your side. Your gaze is up towards the ceiling. Just a gentle tap of your glutes. We're not resting them there. Don't get too cozy. Don't get too comfortable. As soon as you tap your glutes, you're lifting your hips back up super high, squeezing your glutes to the top, engage your core, and then squeezing your inner thighs towards one another. Maybe it feels like you can touch your inner thighs. You're squeezing that ring super tight, using the resistance. Keep it going. Still going, still moving. All right, hold the hips lifted. You guessed it. Just squeeze and release. Slow and controlled. Think about however long it takes you to squeeze your thighs towards one another. Use the same time to release the knees gently. Do not allow that ring to press your knees out far and fast. Just think about slow and controlled. Your hips are lifted, your glutes are engaged. Keeping it going. Tiny squeeze, little release. Still going, still moving. Working into those glutes. Keep it going. Hips lifted more. Feet are pressed into the earth. Squeezing your inner thighs towards one another and then releasing them gently. Keeping it going. All right, from here we have 100s. So you're welcome to keep your feet flat. Go ahead and come to an upright position so your body is in a V. Your feet can be flat. Your knees can be raised or your legs can be straight. And for the most challenging part, your fingertips are facing towards your knees or your toes, and we're just squeezing that ring in. Feel free to readjust that ring if you need to. Squeezing it in. Strong inhales, strong exhales. So this is a modified or variation of 100s. You're using your inner thighs versus pulsing your hands. Keeping it going. Feet can be flat on the floor. Your knees can be bent. Your legs can be straight. Your upper body is lean back. Keep it going. Give me a few more. All right, release your feet down. Go ahead and place your hands behind your back, facing towards your bum. From here, we're going to lift the hips up so your hips are hovering, your bum is hovering. We're going to do a tricep dip and release. So you're straightening and bending your elbows, your fingertips facing towards your glutes, towards your toes. Your elbows are bending directly behind you, working into those triceps. You're simultaneously squeezing that ring, so you're still working those inner thighs. Your core is engaged. Keep it going. Just a bend and extend. Give me a few more. All right, go ahead and release your bum down. Still with the ring between your thighs. Go ahead and come onto your left side. So imagine you're laying at the beach. Maybe some of us do this at the beach. There's no judgment if I see you at the beach doing this. Go ahead and lay down on your left side. Maybe prop your head up with your left hand. Maybe lay all the way down. From here, you might need to readjust yourself from moving from a seated position over to the side. We have clamshell. So you're just squeezing those inner thighs. Squeezing them. So your right hip is stacked directly over your left. Your core is engaged. If you'd like to add more heat to the core and you're not rolling forwards or backwards, feel free to challenge yourself by bringing that right arm up. Your core remains engaged. So try to squeeze your thighs even more. Not just a little pulse at the top. Squeeze your thighs. Keep it going. Almost there. Still going. All the animals are waking up now. Keep it going. Tiny squeeze with your thighs. All right, let's do a few more. Then we're going to quickly and gently switch over to the other side without disturbing that ring. One more squeeze. All right, hold the squeeze. That allows you to keep the ring just where it's at. Woo. Let's see if I did it. All right, I think we're good. Go ahead and come this time onto the right side. Tiny little squeeze. Oh, nope. The lower side likes to release down. All right, tiny squeezes. Your top left hip is stacked directly over your bottom right. Maybe bring that left hand up towards the ceiling. Keeping it going. Tiny little squeezes. Just relaxing that bottom right side. Keep it going. Almost there. Almost there. You got it. She likes to tell me when she's gone to the bathroom. Keeping it going. Get your treat. Get your treat. Good girl. Keep it going. Tiny little squeezes. Almost there. You got it. Just imagine you're relaxing, laying at the beach. Just your left knee presses down in towards the bottom right. All right. Go ahead and release that ring from your thighs. All right, now we're going to come laying onto our back. Still with that ring. Go ahead and place the ring between your ankles. Your arms extend long overhead. From here, we're going to crunch up, touch your toes, touch the ring, and then release down. So you're welcome to just tap, keeping the ring between your ankles. You can also grab it between your ankles and then pass it towards your hands and then pass it back towards your ankles. Your core is engaged. Your lower back is pressed down into the earth. Whether you are just reaching up for your toes, reaching for that ring, or grabbing that ring, placing it in your hands and alternating the ring between your hands and the ring between your feet. Keeping it going. Your core is engaged. Almost there. Your legs are hovering as you lower them. Same with the arms. Just to a hover. Keeping it going. Almost there. All right, give me one more. All right, go ahead and place that ring. Now we're going to stagger it. Place the ring on top of your right top ankle, and then place your left Achilles on top of the ring. So your legs are staggered. Your left leg is on top of your right. You can lay all the way back. You can also have your palms facing towards your bum with your elbows bent. You can also have your elbows down. We're going to work our lower abs now. We're going to raise and lower our legs. Strong point through your toes. The left leg stays directly over the right. Raise and lower. Your legs are straighter. Your toes are pointed more. Keep it going. Whether you are bent back on your elbows or you have your fingertips pressed in with your wrists down onto the floor, your elbows are bent back behind you. Keep it going. Still going. Still moving. All right. Go ahead and switch that setup so the ring is on top of your top left ankle, and then press your right Achilles into the top of that ring so your right leg is staggered directly over your left. Your toes are pointed, your legs are straight. Come back to your position, whether you're on your wrist or your forearms, and then raise and lower the legs. Core is engaged. Keep it going. Working those lower abs. Just raise and lower. Keeping it going, moving with control. The slower, the better. Slow lower, slow raise. Don't let that bottom left leg touch the floor. It's just going to come to a hover. Give me one more. All right, go ahead and release down. We're going to go ahead and lay onto our right side, still with that ring between our ankles. So the ring is going to be on top of the inside of your lower right ankle. You're going to place your top left ankle onto the top of that ring. So your ring is between your ankles. You're now laying onto your right side. With your left hip stacked directly over your right, we have little presses. Pressing that left ankle down towards the right, squeezing, working the entire length of your top left leg. You can box out your left hand, a little bit more stability, a little bit more support. Relax that lower right leg. You're just working into the left leg. If your hips are not rolling forwards or backwards, by engaging your core, squeeze your glutes. You're also welcome to draw that left hand, left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Keep it going. Squeeze and release. Still going, still moving. Let's do a few more on this side. Geez, time really flies when you're having fun. Keep it going. Tiny squeeze, tiny release. All right, go ahead and switch sides. Maybe you can keep that ring. Oh, let's see if I can. Maybe you have to readjust it. It is perfectly okay if you have to readjust it. Come on to your left side. Your right leg is stacked directly over your bottom left. Still the ring between your ankles. Press and release. Tiny press, tiny release. So your core is nice and engaged. All right. I had so many fun moves with this ring. Maybe we'll have to do another class dedicated just to the ring. Tiny little squeezes. And then we're actually going to stay laying on the side, but we will have to readjust that ring. All right, give me one more. Go ahead and release it. So from here, place that ring down on the floor. Then we're going to place our bottom left ankle to the inside of the ring. So it's going to hold that ring in place. We're going to have our top right leg straight on top of the ring. Box out your top right hand. We're going to draw the right knee into the right elbow, and then we're going to kick it through the ring, knee to the elbow, kick it above the ring. So you're trying to tap your right knee towards your right elbow, and then alternating toes over the ring and your toes under the ring. Imagine that ring is a ring of fire, just excludes the left leg that's inside of it, and you're trying to tap inside, and you're trying to tap outside without hitting the ring. Keeping it going. Drawing the right knee in towards the right elbow, toes are pointed, leg extends long, toes pointing through the ring, then drawing your right knee back in towards your right elbow, and then extend your leg long, toes pointed on top of the ring. Keep it going. Give me one more full set on top, and then inside, one of each. And then from the same position, go ahead and draw your knee to your elbow, and then keep your leg hovering on the top. You can also still keep your top right hand box out. We're going to draw rainbows. So we're going to tap the right toes in front. Maybe they tap, maybe they don't. Up and over and behind. Maybe you find that in front or behind is more challenging, one than the other. That's okay. Just keeping that in mind, knowing what you need to work on. Your core is engaged. So avoid rolling forward, avoid rolling backwards. Keeping that top hand, that top right arm boxed out allows you to control it. Allows you to keep your left hip completely still. Straighter right leg. Strong point through your toes. Try to avoid touching any part of that ring. Keeping it going. Leg up and over. Working the inner outer thigh one more time. There's never too much that we can do for those legs, for your body. Keeping it going. Moving with control. Give me one more full rainbow. Up and over, tapping on both sides. And then we're actually going to switch sides. I definitely should have done this when we were already laying on the right side, but that's okay. All right, go ahead and set that ring up. And then place your bottom right ankle inside that ring. Go ahead and lay back onto your right side. Maybe prop your head up if you'd like. Make sure that your left hip is stacked directly over your right. You're not leaning forwards. You're not leaning backwards. Box out that top left hand. From here, place the toes inside the ring. Draw your left knee to your left elbow. Toes extend to the outer part of that ring. Knee to the elbow, and then inside. Keeping it going. Slow and controlled. There's no speed here. There's no need to rush. You have as much time as you'd like. And of course, if you'd like to do this on your own time, I totally support that. Always. Keeping it going. Knee to the elbow, and then leg extends, strong point to the toes. Toes extend over the ring, and then drawing your knee back in towards your elbow. Maybe it taps, maybe it just comes close, and then you're extending that leg straight through the ring. Trying to avoid touching the ring, imagining it's a ring of fire. Keeping it going. Keeping that left leg hovering. Keeping that tension on. Give me one more full each. And then hold the leg up and over to the top. From here, we have those rainbow taps. Left toes tap in front. Left toes tap behind. Slow and controlled. Maybe your toes don't tap. That's okay. Just think about it. Moving in that direction. Your core is nice and engaged. Still going, still moving. Toes tap in front, toes tap behind. Keeping it going. Almost there. Your hip stays in line over your right. Keeping it going. Give me one more of each. All right, go ahead and grab that ring. Let's do one more set of abs before we close out the class, since time just flew by this morning. All right, ring between your palms. Your feet are grounded. We're gonna roll back. So leaning your waistband of your pants or shorts as close as you can to that floor. Your arms are straight. We're going to tap over to the right, come back to center, over to the left, back to center. Working into those obliques one last time. So of course your feet can be grounded into the floor. You're also welcome to raise those legs, bringing your feet to a hover, adding more of a challenge to your core. Straighter arms. Your back is lower. Keep it going. This is it. Nice full body stretch coming up next. Give me one more on each side. All right. Set that ring down. And then go ahead and come to a tabletop with your knees over or under your hip, your wrists directly under your shoulders. And doing a few cat-cows, you can tuck your toes as you bring your gaze up, hammocking your belly, and then flatten your feet as you round your spine, gaze towards your navel. Keeping it going. Our spines are nice and warmed up now. Give me one more of each. Hammocking your belly, arching your spine, and then rounding your back, gaze towards your navel. Go ahead and come to a nice neutral spine. Maybe move your hips from side to side if that feels good to you. You can also draw your hips in a circle down and around, controlling the movements. And then, of course, switching the direction. This is a nice hip stretch. And then once you get there, go ahead and come back to a tabletop. We're going to turn our fingertips outward so your wrists are facing in towards one another. Just a nice stretch here. Maybe move your hips from side to side again. And then turn your fingertips towards your knees. Nice wrist stretch. And then go ahead and draw your fingertips back away from your body. We're going to draw our right arm up towards the ceiling, under and through the left side body. Let's do this 2 more times. Right arm up, under and through. Third and final time, we're going to draw that left arm, or that right arm, all the way under and through the left side body, reaching it far, maybe placing your right ear onto the floor or onto the block or a pillow. You can keep that left arm boxed out. You can also bring it around your back for a nice deep stretch here. And then release your left arm down if you have it lifted. Bring your right arm up towards the ceiling, back down. Now we have the left side. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling, under and through the right side body. Left arm reaches up, under and through. Let's do one more, and we're going to hold this third and final one. Left arm up, under and through, reach it all the way under. Maybe your left ear places down onto the floor very gently. You can keep that right arm boxed out. You can also tuck it around towards your left hip for a nice bind. And then release that right arm down if you had it lifted. Left arm up towards the ceiling. Go ahead and come back to your tabletop. From here, go ahead and tuck your toes. Bring your hands a palm print forward and then lift your hips up, coming into a piped up down dog. Maybe pedaling your heels one at a time. Really feeling that nice calf stretch. And then walk your hands gently back towards your toes. Have a generous bend in your knees and just hanging your body nice and relaxed. Not straining your neck, maybe looking side to side. You can grab opposite elbows and sway from one side to the other. And then releasing your fingertips back down, gently rolling up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Roll your shoulder blades back, roll them forward. Nice big inhale with your feet wide and your hips come down nice and low. Maybe you tap the floor, maybe you just brush it. Let's do one more for good luck. Fantastic work this morning. Thank you all so much. Again, my name is Amanda. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment into the chat. If you enjoyed, this lovely little object here and you want more of it, or if you have any requests for equipment to use, please just drop a message into the chat. I'll always check it into the comments. And happy class. See you all next time. Have a great day.